You are now tuning into the most uncensored and unapologetic live stream on planet Earth, hosted by yours truly, me, Ham Rothstein, aka the Black Picasso, aka E Thriller, because I paint these pictures so vividly on the sport of boxing and basketball. And I'm gonna just give you guys some time to get up in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching this video live or on the playback. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you put some Coach K, motherfucking Duke, full court pressure. I'm talking about Duke in 1992 on that motherfucking like button, as well as that sub button, as well as that noti bell, because we going live tonight, y'all. Because I got a lot of shit on my mind, man. Shout out to my boy Kush the Greatest in the chat. I see you. Hey, man, I'm going to drop that link in the chat so you can come on and rock with me, man. Just give me a few moments here. Let's see, man. What's popping? I hope everybody had a pretty blessed day today. I just got off of work, and I've been thinking, man. I was thinking about everything that took place this past weekend. Of course, I'm going to shift gears a little bit tonight from just strictly talking about the sport of boxing. And we are going to talk about the UFC 264 that took place this past Saturday night, right? Because my biggest takeaway from that whole entire event was, for one, Dana White always give the fans and his people, the people that love the sport of UFC and MMA, the shit that they want to see, which is why we just witnessed a trilogy match between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. And my biggest takeaway from that fight, man, because I called it going in. No, I didn't do a prediction video because, let's be honest, I'm not a fucking expert whenever it comes to UFC and MMA. So I couldn't really tell you anything about strategy and who is who and what is what besides the motherfucking main parts in the sport, because I would like to consider myself a casual MMA fan. I would be the first one to tell you that. I don't really know shit when it comes to the average Joe when they're talking about UFC, but I am a fan of the sport, and even casuals have the right to voice their fucking opinion. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And let me just say this, man. Hold up, where we at? Let me just say this. Conor McGregor, I think he's finished, y'all. I think Conor McGregor is finished, because it just seems like Dustin Poirier just has his number. I mean, there comes a point in time as an athlete, especially when you're in a combative sport such as the UFC, when these motherfuckers are very barbaric. Like I honestly don't like watching the shit half the time because it's so goddamn gruesome. And we saw what happened to Conor at the end of that round one, right? How he broke his fucking ankle and leg in half practically. But it's like, before that even happened, I feel like Conor was getting dinged on. I mean, he was getting the dog shit beat out of him. Now, he tried to come out and be aggressive and throwing little kicks here and there, and Dustin checked one of the kicks. And then he mentioned this in the fucking aftermath of the fight. He was like, hey, he heard something crack. So it was only a matter of time before, Conor's leg got split in half. But before that even happened, man, let's just talk about the desperation from a Conor McGregor, because he tried to do something that he normally don't do, which was wrestle. Why in the God's green earth did this guy try to go for the fucking guillotine clutch as if he could out wrestle a dude who masters in that aspect, in that field, in Dustin Poirier? I mean, it made absolutely no sense. And from that point on, man, I just felt like Dustin was just wailing on him. He was mopping him, hitting him with elbows to the fucking forehead, in the nose. His whole ear was just leaking and bleeding and shit. I mean, it was a very bad look for Conor McGregor, man. So after the fight, the man is still popping shit, but I just feel like a lot of his mystique and what people, loved him to do, which was get in the ring and kick ass, or in the MMA fucking whatever you call it, octagon shit, it's over. He is nothing more than a fucking gatekeeper. This man is going to sell tickets because he can talk with the best of them. Oh yeah, he can promote and market the fuck out of any event known to man. But when it comes time to step in that fucking octagon and get in there and mix it up with some of the best in the sport, Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor appears to be a fucking novice. I mean, it seems like the game has caught up with him, but he has yet to adapt to it because all of these dudes are getting better. You understand what I'm saying? And let's be honest, let's call a spade a spade. Conor ain't really been the same ever since he got choked out by Nate Diaz. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong or not. Drop something in the chat. If anybody who is subbed to my channel that know way more about the UFC than I do, please drop something in the chat and educate your boy E-Thriller because I'm just trying to understand. But this is my fucking personal opinion. I feel like not only that, ever since he got his ass kicked by the TBE and Floyd Money Mayweather, he has yet to be the same. Now, of course, he had a couple of wins in between. Let me see. He went up against, say, Eddie Alvarez, got the dub. He lost to Khabib right after that. And then he went up against Donald Cerrone, got a dub. And then, of course, he's lost to Dustin Poirier back-to-back times. You understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, man, I just feel like Conor is finished. I don't know what he can do, man, because it seems like his striking game ain't up to par no more. He never been a wrestler, in my personal opinion, or at least out of all the fights I've seen him in. He doesn't have a good takedown game, is what you UFC fans like to call the shit, right? So if he don't have that, then what can he possibly do? I mean, you're gonna have to put him in there with C-level and D-level fighters to make him look good again. Because if I'm Conor McGregor, I'm not too sure I want to run it back with a Dustin Poirier. But that's just my personal opinion. And let me see what Kush say. Kush said, every fight I've seen Conor fight live, he's lost. Damn. So you done went to go see Conor live, bro? Matter of fact, let me drop this link. Because maybe you can educate me a little bit more on the sport of UFC because I'm a novice. So let me see. Let me put this link in the chat because I don't know shit about the UFC. I just know the casual shit, you know. John Jones, Conor, obviously. I like Khabib. I watch the big time fighters fight. So, but from the outside looking in, just as a casual fan, Conor just seems like he's washed. It seems like the game has passed him by. And I mean, he's already trying to get a fourth fight with this dude. And I don't know how he gonna come back from this because let's be honest, Conor is sitting on what, 100 M's from that Floyd fight. So does he really have the same passion for the sport of MMA? Is he really willing and able to go in and just train like he did before he made all that money with Floyd? I mean, one can only imagine. That's one of the things that I admire about Floyd Money Mayweather the most is because regardless of all of the fucking women, all of the cars, the jewelry, the cash, the money, the lifestyle, the ambiance in which he lives in, this man will hit the gym and train like he ain't made shit. So to me, Floyd's biggest and best attribute isn't his confidence. It isn't his fucking money. It isn't his skill in the ring. It's his mental toughness. Because we've seen dudes in the NFL get the bag and what they do, relax. We've seen dudes in the NBA that get the bag and what they do. They never look like the same player. They go from being a superstar to a subpar average all-star. You understand what I'm saying? We've seen it in baseball where pitchers get broke off and they come back. Oh, matter of fact, a prime example is motherfucking Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod. You remember all the fucking big contracts he got? But that biggest contract I believe he got was with the Texas Rangers, and the man didn't do shit for the Rangers because he couldn't live up to the expectations. So whenever it comes to a Floyd Money Mayweather, just looking at him, just how he just maintains focus, whether he has a court case, whether he has some baby mama drama going on, whether he has some shit going on with his kids or with the police, I mean, it didn't matter. The man still trained like he was hungry to be the best boxing has ever seen. So whenever I say all that to say, whenever I think about a Conor McGregor, man, it's just he just don't have that focus. And I can't really fault him because I'm going to be honest. If I'm sitting on 100 mil, I don't know if I'm going to be wanting to wake up to train to get hit in the head with elbows and getting choked out and motherfucker can put you in a sharpshooter and shit a la Bret Hart. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if I would want to do that, Kush. And Kush said, I'm no different, bro. I know boxing. Okay, yeah. But, man, that's just my personal opinion on this whole Conor McGregor, pardon me, I can't talk today. situation, man. So it is what it is. But let's shift gears and talk about some shit I do know. Boxing. The press conference took place this past afternoon, yesterday afternoon, I believe, on the 11th, between Earl Spence and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, right? And the shit was rather boring. I'm gonna be honest. There's not really much to talk about, but I did make a video earlier in which Manny Pacquiao basically took a jab at Floyd Money Mayweather. And he was saying that Earl Spence doesn't need to take any advice from a Floyd Money Mayweather because Earl Spence is simply better. Now, you can break that down and try to interpret that bullshit however you want. I mean, it's Manny Pacquiao. He's a living fucking legend. He has fought in 8 weight classes. He's an 8-time champion in 8 different weight classes, okay? I mean, if the man want to offer his opinion, whether I agree with it or disagree with it, that's besides the point, you know? But the facts are this. The shit came out of his mouth. He could have been taking a jab at Earl as well. Maybe he was being sarcastic. I don't fucking know. But one thing I do know is this. Whenever Floyd Mayweather went up against Manny Pacquiao, even though he said it was his hardest fight to date, and I probably can agree with that, he made it look so easy. He made it look so fucking easy with the jab, with the straight right hand. You understand what I'm saying? With the check left hook at times. Even though Floyd, shout out to us, Senior DeJoy, he was getting pissed off at Floyd because he felt like he was fighting scared. I agree with that. Floyd is very cautious going up against the living fucking legend and Manny Pacquiao because we all know he packs a good punch and he has speed. You understand what I'm saying? And Kush, I just seen you, bro. If you want to call back in, just click on that link, bro. I'll put you on. But yeah, back to the point. So even with our, okay, there you go. Hey, yo, Kush, you live on the chat with your boy Thriller. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
What's popping? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Just talking, just popping my shit. Go ahead, man. Say what you got to say.
Yeah, you know you get to talk in the boxing. I'm gonna come and chime in.
Yeah, I stepped out of my element a little bit with the UFC, but I watched the fight, so I just wanted to offer my constructive criticism. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I seen the presser. I seen what Manny had to say about Spence being a better fighter than Floyd. I think that he got his own interpretation of what a better fighter is.
Explain it, Kush. Break it down for me.
Excuses for Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he even need them. But I just feel like his Earl Spence fighting style is more to his liking. Like he likes that Spence walk dudes down and get them out of there instead of fighting on the back foot. You know what I'm saying? Counter punching and being more sharp in a fight. Like I don't think that Manny Pacquiao appreciate that as much as a fighter that'll, come forward.
Kind of play the Manny strengths is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, he liked that. The idea that Spence is gonna come to him.
So let me ask you this, Kush. Not to cut you off, bro. Let me ask you this. Do you think there's some sort of gamesmanship from a Manny Pacquiao? Because maybe he wants to invite that kind of, toe-to-toe action with Earl because he know he can beat him to the punch?
Oh, for sure. I think that it's a lot of strategy to what Manny Pacquiao is doing. I actually don't see Manny Pacquiao as how most people see him. Most people see Manny Pacquiao as, oh, he's a nice guy, he's quiet. You know what I mean? Just a really humble, philanthropist.
Right, councilman.
From the research that I done on YouTube, Manny Pacquiao, I see him as more of a serious guy. You know what I mean? Like if you work in his camp, like he don't fuck around. Like he has strict rules and he got a small circle and things like that. Like Manny Pacquiao is a different type of guy.
I will say this: it do seem like Manny, whenever he get into that ring, he kind of flip a switch. He go from appearing to be a nice guy to a mean dog.
Real Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think your real personality come out when you get in a fight, too. If that makes sense.
No, that makes total sense.
That cater to what he's saying. He like guys that want to fight. He didn't feel like Floyd wanted to fight, and you may not agree with me, but in my opinion, in that fight that I saw with Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, which I seen probably 50 times, Floyd Mayweather, he may have outboxed Manny Pacquiao, but he didn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather wasn't going to stand in there and box with Manny Pacquiao like he did with Miguel Cotto.
Right.
He wasn't going to come out with just a bloody nose.
Yeah, he would have been a damn fool to do that.
You know what I mean? Floyd was going to do what was smart, which was stay on the back foot, counter punch, and get out of the way. Use his, you know what I'm saying, his defense. Floyd is smart, but he didn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao. Spence is going to fight Manny Pacquiao.
Speaking of which, I want to piggyback off a word you just said. You just said counter punching, right?
Yeah.
See, I don't feel like Errol Spence is a great counter puncher, which is one of the reasons why I'm predicting for Manny Pacquiao to beat him, because I feel like Manny struggles against guys that can fight off the back foot, which you just alluded to, and that can give him angles moving side to side, just like Manny. I think those are the fighters that he have the most trouble with.
I agree.
I like Eric Morales, Floyd Mayweather.
He ever fought though.
Marquez, guys that have a great counter punching ability and boxing background. Manny Pacquiao tend to struggle.
Now you know me. You know that me. I don't fuck with Spence because I don't like how he moves.
Right.
But I see what he can do. I see him, and I know that Spence. He may not be a great counterpuncher, Thriller, but what Spence can do, he knows how to set you up. And he knows how to hide the punch. Like what he did to Sean Porter. He controlled his head with the jab, and he blinded him, and he came with the left hook behind it.
A sharp left hook, real short and sweet.
And turned his head 45 degrees and damn near floored him. I think that Sean Porter is absurdly strong for not going to sleep.
Right. Brian Mackey in the chat said, I want to know what the purse splits are. Oh my God. First of all,
too.
Shout out to my boy Brian, man. Shout out to my boy, man. He's a very knowledgeable boxing personality in my personal opinion. But yeah, man, it's kind of funny that we ain't heard nothing about 60-40, 70-30 from either side, or 40 and you get 10, or what's up with that, Kush?
You see how respectful Spence is?
When it comes to Manny,
he ain't talking to Manny Pacquiao saying, "Oh, you a man with no land. You ain't never sold out Dallas Stadium." I thought I saw something interesting in that presser after they fight that nobody points out. Errol Spence is talking about how he promoted the fight and did all this shit at Dallas Stadium, and the fight wasn't in Dallas.
Right.
The fight was at the fucking.
She was in LA, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So what you promoting some shit out in Dallas for in the fight in LA?
Right. Well, we all know that Errol is one of the biggest cappers in the sport of boxing. So you already know how I feel about him. Shout out to my boy King David in the chat. He says, "Salute, Thriller." What's up, boy? I appreciate you rocking with me. My bad. I couldn't hear what you said. What you say, bro?
I said the reason we ain't heard about the purse splits is because Manny Pacquiao the A side.
Good point. But yeah, man, I noticed that his whole demeanor, Spence is pretty nonchalant anyway. He don't look like nothing get him too low or too high. He just even killed. Anyway, very robotic, like in my honest opinion. So I was expecting for this person to be just what it was, very respectful. They ain't really trade words or, say anything out of turn. They just both showed a bunch of respect for one another. So the fireworks ain't really gonna happen until the fight starts. So that's the way I'm looking at that.
I saw that presser was boring.
Very boring. I mean, the video was short and sweet that I did early because there ain't really too much to talk about,
After watching that shit, I had to really go back today and watch Muhammad Ali pressers and shit and see what a real presser is supposed to look like.
Yeah, press conferences like that make you appreciate a dude like Keith Thurman or maybe an Adrian Broner.
Yeah, Keith Thurman tried his best.
Yeah. He was saying he had T-Rex arms and all that type of shit. Yeah. He was very disrespectful, but he was just selling the fight.
Keith Thurman couldn't find any type of real incluence of hate towards Manny Pacquiao to really make it authentic. Now, if it's him and Spence, that's the fight.
Right. Brian Mackey said, did Pac get that $40 million that he asked for Crawford? I don't know. That's a hell of a question. I've been doing my research. I have yet to come across that, Brian. I don't know, bro.
You know what I saw? From what I saw, Manny Pacquiao really, from what I seen, Manny Pacquiao, he got that money was there,
Mm.
and Manny Pacquiao didn't want to fight.
He didn't want to fight Bud. Is that who you talking about?
That's what I believe happened. I believe that
Mm.
Manny Pacquiao is such a big star that they'll and don't tell me that they won't do this. They will fabricate a narrative to cover for Manny Pacquiao and make it seem as if he signed. I don't believe he signed it. That's me. I don't believe he signed it. And I don't believe Bud signed it either. Because Bud can't sign nothing, that ain't really legit and presented to him.
I would not sign shit that ain't got no guarantee on it, so knowing exactly how much I'm gonna get or whatever
It's
the case
something
may
else
be.
that you're not about to do. You're not about to come out and shame Manny Pacquiao either for being scared to fight you.
Mm. Let me ask you this though, Kush, not to cut you off. Speaking of Terrence Bud Crawford, of course we know he was supposed to have a fight earlier this year with Pacquiao. The shit fell through, whatever the case may be, right? Now, Bob Arum has been quoted on saying that he may be going up against a Jose Cepeda, a Josh Taylor, possibly, Jose Ramirez, and it was another guy. He said Regis Prograis, but Regis Prograis already came out and said that it's not factual. So, if you're Terrence Crawford, where do you go from here? Because it's being reported that he has one fight left on his deal that is up in October, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not totally sure. So if you're Terrence Crawford, what's next, my brother?
Shit, you fight Zepeda. And the reason that I say you fight Zepeda is because if I'm not mistaken, Zepeda's not a champion, right?
Right.
Okay. So isn't there like I believe I seen somewhere that if Bud fights a champion, or it could be a clause in his contract to where if he fights a champion, it can extend his contract.
I didn't know that.
I've seen multiple, you know what I'm saying, like shit on YouTube where they're saying shit like that, if there's clauses in these fighters' contracts to where if you fight, it can extend your contract. And maybe it's best for him to just fight Zepeda and let the shit ride out.
That's what I think. I think at this point, I was against him going up against a host of Cito Lopez and, motherfucking, weaker, lesser opponents.
It doesn't matter who he fights. He can fight
Right.
Sean Porter. They gonna say that Sean Porter was washed or something.
But see, I think it matters who he fight though, Kush, because Bob Arum don't want to pay no fucking body. So Jose Cepeda is probably the perfect fit because he's not a big name. He isn't a big draw. He's already given Bud $4 to $5 million. So I can go ahead and pay the dude what 300,000.
That means he's staying with Top Rank.
Shout out to my boy Brian Mackey, live on the stream with E-Thriller. Talk to me, bro. Long time no see.
Hey, what's going on, E-Thriller? How you doing, my brother?
I've been well, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. You've gone for a little while too, man. I haven't seen you in a little bit.
Yeah, man. I've been, I still been in the process of moving. I just now getting settled in, man. So that's the whole process, bro.
All right. What it do, my man? Kush, what's going on with you?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm all right. Man, I just want to chime in on that subject y'all was talking about with you said Crawford and what's his next move?
Yeah, go ahead.
And man, really it don't matter. It don't matter what Crawford do at this point. They gonna hate on him no matter what. Whoever he fight, they not gonna like it. It doesn't make a difference. The PBC guys ain't gonna fight him. They saying that he don't want to fight, but we already know what that is, what it's all about, man. If you're not with PBC, ain't nobody gonna fight you. They're not fighting nobody outside of PBC. Everything is in house, so it really don't make no difference what Crawford fight now. Kush just said something that I hadn't heard that, but if it's true, I mean that's crazy. I mean, if you fight a champion, that his contract get extended or something like that. So if that's the case, I kind of agree with him. If that's the case, then fight Cepeda or fight whomever, Virgil Ortiz, or you know what I mean, whomever, because it really just don't matter who he fight, man. I mean, they blackballing Crawford right now. And I'm disappointed in the fans, man, where they allow this to happen. They doing the same thing with Tank. They say, okay, this cool for Tank to do it. It's cool for whomever to do it. Why? We want to see the fights, man. We don't. This shouldn't be nothing about no PBC or Top Rank or the Zone or Matchroom or whomever, man. You know, we boxing fans, man. Do you want to see the fight or you not want to see the fight? What's the problem? You know, it shouldn't be no fan of the. You should be fan of the sport, man. Fan of seeing the fights. Why we should fan of promotional companies? That shit is ridiculous to me, man. It's ridiculous, man. So it don't really matter who Crawford fight, man. You know, just fight somebody. Hope his contract is up, then he can move on. I mean, if he move with the PVC, I don't know. I know you said something, Thriller, about him going to Floyd, but you know, I agree with that as far as maybe a promotional standpoint as getting his name out. Mm-hmm. But really, is PBC do they really got the best fighters right now?
Right there. Right
there. Good point. And just to piggyback off of your point, did y'all hear what Regis Prograis came out and said today?
What'd he say?
He said on the PBC relationship, in quote, I was promised the Barrios fight for that belt, WBA regular. Barrios said he could not make 140 and had to go up. Then I heard he was fighting Tank Davis. We were promised Adrian Broner. None of the promises Al Heyman made to us came true.
Wow.
So that just goes to show if Bud don't have something in writing when he goes over there saying, hey, I want Spence first and Thurman second or whoever the case, whatever order he want, it ain't no guarantee Al gonna keep it a buck with him because his relationship and ties are with the guys that he already has. This is what I've been trying to explain to dudes on YouTube for I don't know how long. So even if he goes over there, there's no guarantee that he's going to get those fights.
Right.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Kush.
This is what I had to make that comment to you 3 days ago where I was like, bro, you got to go live because I had this epiphany. And what you just said right now, Brian, brought it right back to the front of my mind. Maybe Bud is right where he need to be. And the reason that I say that is this. Hear me out. Bob Arum said that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, both of their whole camps, were fully vaccinated.
Yes.
They are fully vaccinated. It's a clause in the contract where if anything unforeseen is to happen, then if the fight don't proceed by September 15th, then he can get out of the fight. So he's getting out of the fight because Bob Arum is a lawyer. Bob Arum don't fucking play that shit. Bob Arum haven't been lying. Bud don't sell. We know that. But it's because he hasn't had the fights. Once he has just one of these fights, once he has just even fight Sean Porter, the narrative will be dismantled.
Well, yeah, they're gonna push the goalpost though.
That's why they won't allow him to get any of the fights because any of the fights would do it. Bob has not been lying. Bob is telling the fucking hard truth that we do not want to hear.
Oh yeah,
and maybe Bud is right where he need to be because signing with Top Rank is about the legacy. If Bud go to the PBC right now, I'm with him because it means that he at least gets some of the fights. He might get Sean Porter, he might get Keith Thurman, and maybe not get Spence, maybe not, but he'll get some of the fights.
Right.
But that means he's about his money, and I'm with that too.
Right.
But maybe he gets blacked out, and they do him like Gary Russell, like they doing Regis, like they doing AB. Because Floyd told him, I ain't gonna let you fight them.
But a small rebuttal to that though, Kush, is this though. When you say you fight Sean Porter, you fight Keith Thurman, and whoever else, my thing about the PBC is that let's look at the fighters. They talk about Bud's 33 years old, but all those guys are the same age, man. All of them old. Other than the only fight he go over there for is Spence and Spence only, because Danny Garcia, he's moving to 154. Okay, he's out of there. Sean Porter is Sean Porter, and Keith Thurman fought what 2 times in 5 years. So how much really credibility is he really gonna get by fighting them?
Bud did say they all came up short. But
I
Good
mean,
point.
really,
came
man.
up short.
Good
Really,
point.
I mean, yeah, you fight. I mean, Keith Thurman, is he really going? If he went over there in October, right now, if he bought himself out right now, is Keith Thurman going to fight him right now? He been inactive for over 2 years. He don't
No,
even have
sir.
a fight right now.
I
He
don't
don't even
believe
have
so.
a fight right now. You
Like
think he going to
I was
fight
saying, y'all, I'm
Crawford?
It's a lot.
satisfied with whatever he do because whether he
Yeah,
go for the bread and go for them, I'm with that. Or if he come over here, and that'll give us the satisfaction of seeing him beat up on these bums. Because I think to him, all these dudes is really bums.
I agree.
Except Spence. Spence is
mm-hmm.
probably the most formidable, but they all bums to him. That's why
Right.
he like, man, y'all really want to see that? I'm not tripping. Or we could just see him stay over here and do his thing
Mm-hmm.
here, become 2-time undisputed easily, and then we go on and ride off into the sunset like that. I'm with
It's a
that.
bit
Yeah.
to piggyback off your point that you just made earlier, Brian. It's a lot of dudes on PBC begging for fights. Adrian Broner is still waiting on a fight. Y'all remember
Yeah.
a couple of months ago when he came out and said, I told Al and
You
Espinoza
see
to
what I'm
keep me
saying? You
active.
speaking of
You see what I'm saying?
what
Yeah.
we all
Steve
alluded to.
Thurman ain't got no
Yeah.
fight.
They
Sean
getting
Porter
Spence
Right.
out.
ain't
They
got no
getting Spence
fight.
out.
No fight.
Gary Russell,
No.
like the list goes. So for everybody to keep saying, oh, he needs to do this to go there to get these fights, it ain't a guarantee he gonna get it.
He
Really,
don't get it.
The
Yes,
top
sir.
fighters over there can't even get a fucking fight. Keith Thurman can't even get a fight right now. Sean Porter can't get a fight. Only one that can get a fucking fight right now is Floyd and Spence.
And Wilder, I guess.
And Wilder, because Wilder is a big attraction when he fight Fury.
He's the biggest star on PBC in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Well,
is.
Not by much, but he's the biggest star they got.
I ain't gonna speak on that. But I know that I think that Spence is their biggest star right now.
You think Errol Spence is bigger than Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nah, I don't think so.
That's just
I
me
don't think
though.
so.
I think that Spence is a bigger star than him.
Yeah.
Woo.
But Deontay Wilder's fan base is, oh my God.
Errol Spence fan base ain't no better, bro. I deal with both of them.
They bad, but
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder, they treat him like he's
An argument could be made. Him and Manny Pacquiao probably got the two worst fan bases. Well, Deontay Wilder too, in boxing right now, and Canelo. Can't say nothing about him.
they all bad. You can't say nothing about him. You're right.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
And I be giving
It's been crazy.
Spence compliments, but they be going too far with it. Like Spence, I know Spence ain't knocked nobody out in 6 years.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we seen man down.
He ain't knocking nobody out at the top level.
No. All those guys over there, except for Spence in the welterweight, is really done. You know, their career's done. I mean, what is Danny Garcia gonna do at 154?
Nothing.
He ain't did shit at 147. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Get
Yeah,
dinged off.
I'm getting dinged off. I mean, Porter, every step up fight he had, he lost except for Danny Garcia. And that tell you right there what that was. I mean, come on, man. Thurman ain't fought. I mean, he beat those two, but he ain't fought shit. Like I said, 2 fights in 5 years. He inactive, man. They not fighting, man. So what? They're gonna move the goalposts all the time. Every time Bud go over there, that's all they're gonna do. If he beat Porter, they're gonna say, "Oh man, you know what? That's Errol Spence leftovers, man. He wash. Every time he fights somebody, they wash. When he came up and fought Horn, Horn, he kind of big, man. Crawford might not be able to handle him, man. He big, man. You see what he did to Manny Pacquiao. Then when he beat him, he's like, oh, he a bump. You know what I mean? He a bump. Oh, you know what?
Or what they try to say, not to cut you off, Brian. Or what they try to say is, oh, he ain't really beat Manny. I argue with motherfuckers like that all the time. Like, you go back and watch that fight with the volume off. Manny Pacquiao lost.
Man, yeah, he was getting tagged like shit, man. I was surprised by that fight. But Styles make fights, though. Yeah, Styles make fights. Manny's face wasn't bloody and all beat up for nothing. I mean, I know he did some little tricks. He was roughing Manny up, man. I mean, he was roughing Manny up. Now, me personally, I thought Manny edged it out. But when it's close like that,
it can go
either way.
Because a lot of people like me is gonna say, "Well, damn, Manny shouldn't even been in the close, that close of a fight anyway." So the judge might off the rip just give him the fight based off of that. Like, this dude, you should have knocked him out.
Yeah. Now when Manny struggled with him, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, this, that, and the other, man, he beat him. But when Crawford just smashed him, oh man, he a bum. Like,
Right.
hold up, man. You just gave the man credit a minute ago, but now when Crawford doing it, he a bum. He said fight Amir Khan, then when he fight Amir Khan, oh, he a bum. Well, at least fight Kell Brook, man. Kell Brook, this, that, and the other. When he knocked Kell Brook out, no, man, he washed. Like, hold up, man. Well, every time you fight somebody,
and it's so
you know what
crazy.
I'm saying? You do all the bullshit in there. You throw the bullshit in.
Check this out, Cushion Brian. It's so crazy when people mention Kell Brook as if he's a scrub. This man only has 3 losses, y'all. He lost to Triple G at 160, Earl Spence from moving down from 160 to 147, and Terrence Bud Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, those are 3 damn good fighters, possibly Hall of Famers. What are we talking about? Why is Kell Brook so washed up?
Yeah, because that's the narrative, E. That's the narrative, E Thriller. That's the narrative, man. They always got a narrative to push, especially when it comes to Crawford, man. When it comes to Crawford, there's always a narrative that they need to push every last single time, man. Hands down. Hands down for man down. That's what it is, though. Every time, man. They're going to push the goalpost for him. Every time, man. Just so they don't want to see the man fight. I don't understand it, man. I want my man to get in the ring and fight him. That's my favorite fighter. Go ahead and fight him, man. I don't want to hear all this. Because if Earl Spence, you know what Earl Spence told Terrence Crawford at that time when they went to the Maurice Hooker fight? He was basically what he said was, man, look, I ain't fighting you, man. I might fight you 3-4 years from now.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Brian. They're gonna be on your head. Don't
let it be on my head.
Don't be telling too much truth now.
That's what he told him, man. All he said was, I'm gonna fight this guy, I'm gonna fight Mikey, I'm gonna fight this. He better just said, look, man, I'll fight you in about 3-4 years. See, if he'd have said that, everybody would have been like 3-4 years. But in actuality, that's what he said. If you're gonna fight all these people before fighting Crawford, I'm gonna see you in 3-4 years, dog. We ain't fighting now. You know, come on, man.
That's basically what he said.
Come on,
looked
man.
In his face and said, look, I know you my toughest competition, so I'm going to go the easier route, and I'm going to knock this dude out. I'm going to fight this dude, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll fight you. That's what I took from him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then I'm going to give you what I'm giving you. See, it was cool for him to fight Mikey. You know, the new shit right now is, well, there's Josh Taylor. Okay, well, if he fight Josh Taylor, oh man, why he fighting 140 pounder? I'm like, hold up, dog. Who was Mikey Garcia? Wasn't he a 135 pounder? And y'all giving Earl all the praise for that.
Giving him all the credit in the world.
All the praise. But if Crawford fight the undisputed 140 pounder, oh wow, that come on, dog, that's a bum. Like, come on, man. Look, Spence fans, Wilder fans. Oh man, the PBC,
Manny, Canelo,
man, dog. Hey, look, at least Canelo. I'm gonna be saying this. I know a lot of people might think this non-popular, but at least Canelo got a lot of folks on his resume and a lot of folks he did for. Whether you feel he won or he lost,
right? The
man has been in the ring. Bottom line, with some guys that can fight, and he has a resume more than what Earl Spence or Deontay Wilder, any of them guys got. You know what I'm saying? So his accomplishments far exceed. So I can see the fan base getting a little crazy, this, that, and the other, woo. I understand that. Right. But Wilder and Spence and the way they got, come on, dog. I mean, some of this shit is just crazy, man. They talk this black stuff, man, this, that, and the other for the black, but like, man, last time I know Danny Garcia wasn't black, but y'all praise him, man. It's like, give me a break. They be saying, good fight Ugas. I'm like, Ugas got like 4 losses already, dog.
Yeah, Ugas not even, I mean.
Where is he proving at? If Crawford is not proven at 147, how is Ugas proven?
I'll do you one better. What did Mikey Garcia do at 147? He didn't have to go get no belt.
Nothing. He ain't get no belt because he was an easy win, man. He was an easy win. He was a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? He can go ahead and get the Latino fan base out there to pay. And that was Earl's, biggest pay-per-view. Plain and simple. They set it up right. They set it up right. I ain't mad that they set it up. That's cool. You know what I mean? But it don't matter what Crawford do. It don't matter, man. Whoever he fight, they gonna shit on that, man. They gonna shit on that bottom line, man. It don't matter. So he can fight. He can fight. It don't matter. He can fight Joe Glass right now, man. Glass Joe, whatever, man. It
Right.
don't make no difference, man. Shit. It don't make no difference, man. They gonna say something about it, man. I'm interested to see how that Mean Machine versus Virgil Ortiz fight gonna go.
Yeah, I heard they
out.
supposed to be getting it in.
Yeah, I'm gonna see about that one too, man. I'm gonna see how that went. Oh, real quick though,
Yes,
your
sir.
man, did you hear the news what they was talking about doing since Pacquiao didn't get reinstated?
Nah, what they were talking about doing?
Man, they talking about Ugas fighting Andre Berto.
Andre Berto.
Yeah, that's the news. I mean, it ain't official, but that's the rumor, man. Like when he fought Floyd.
Floyd? Oh, hell no.
Man,
so he's holding on to that belt for dear life.
Man, that's the PBC, man, because you know Andre Berto was real tough with Al Heyman, man. So we giving him a shot, man. That's what that is, man.
Yeah,
that's how Floyd got the fight.
Yeah, he started with Berto, the PBC shit, right?
Exactly, man. Yeah,
that's some bullshit though, because he ain't even in the top nothing at welterweight.
Top nothing. That's just the rumor mill that I heard, man, in reference to that, man. But I'm like,
that'll be ridiculous. That'll be ridiculous. You're right. His last, let me see. Hold on. His last fight was against Devin Alexander. That was August 4th, 2018. So damn, that's 3 years ago. About to be 3.
3 years ago, right?
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Nah, I hadn't heard about that, Brian.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, you know, like I said, it ain't official or nothing, but it was like, hey, you know, they was talking about him fighting Andre Berto.
Hell no. Hold on, let me get to this chat, Brian. Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Crazy Bro in the building. He said Pacquiao got cut like twice, bro. Should have been disqualified. He also said Amir Khan's last opponent was a lightweight, bro. Danny Garcia KO that boy in round 4. Fat free game fella. Shout out to you. He said facts keep bringing that heat. I appreciate it, bro. Make sure y'all hit that like button too for your boy Thriller, man. Okay. He said, and yet Crawford fighting a 140 fighter. I bet your boy resigned with Top Rank. He also said Bob Arum hyping up Josh Taylor. ESPN hyping up Josh Taylor. Wait a minute, how the fuck do you hype up somebody that just became undisputed at 140? Crazy, bro. Get your ass on the stream. Hold on, bro. I need you to explain yourself. Now, of course, on my platform, I respect everybody's opinion, but you just got to come on live and explain it to your boy Thriller, man, because that don't make sense. Because again, like Brian Mackey been saying this entire time, y'all like to move the goalposts. You see how that man just became undisputed? He ain't been undisputed for what, 2 months? And all of a sudden he's a high job?
Yeah, right.
Wow. Come on, Crazy Bro. Hit that link, bro. Come explain yourself. Please.
With victories over Regis Prograis and
Jose Ramirez.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Shit don't make no sense. He said facts about Canelo. Best resume outside of Pacquiao. I totally agree. Berto, hell no. He should fight Crawford or Thurman. Well, we all know that Al Heyman not gonna let Bud try to get another belt, let alone, cross the other side of the street until he faced Earl or whoever. I don't know.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Kush. It looked like you dropped off, bro.
Yeah, I seen y'all seen couldn't hear me. Yeah, but man, I don't think that Josh Taylor.
Hold on, real quick, Kush. My bad. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me read these chats. King David said, "I heard Keith was the guy." Okay, so Keith versus Ugas. That's not no bad fight. Y'all talk down on the PBC, but Al Heyman paying his fighters, bro. Hence, why everybody leaving except Terrence Crawford? Ain't there something? I know we was talking down.
Who's everybody?
I don't know. I dropped the link in the chat. I mean, Crazy Bro. All you got to do is click on, bro, and come explain yourself. Hyping up as ESPN wants the Taylor fight. Okay, but why wouldn't they? I mean, if you don't want Bud to fight Cepeda, if you don't want him to fight Josecito Lopez, he can't fight Earl, he can't fight Sean, he can't fight Keith, he can't fight Boots. Who do you want him to fight? I think Josh Taylor is not a bad, option, in my personal opinion, if you can't get them guys. I mean, am I tripping? Go ahead, Kush. My bad, bro. Go ahead and cook.
No, I'm like, who's everybody? Because The only fighters that really leave are fighters that could stand alone, that are really pay-per-view stars. Like, you don't just leave Top Rank. Is T.O. just leaving? Like, you under contract with Top Rank, and it's there for a reason.
And to piggyback off of your point, he's paying Bob is paying Terrence Crawford pretty handsomely, in my personal opinion. He's making $45 million to fight on regular TV.
Yeah.
PBC got to go on pay-per-view to even get that kind of fucking money. So imagine if Bud did a pay-per-view with another credible opponent like a Keith Thurman or Earl or Pacquiao. I'm like, man, come on. That man would be probably reeling in 8 to 10 million.
They say that the PBC is paying these fighters, but they don't know how much these fighters are making.
Bro, Chris Areola and fucking what's the other dude name? Andy Ruiz was on pay-per-view. Come on now.
Well, I mean, according to Crazy Bro, man, Crawford getting paid, man. Because the PBC and Al Heyman is paying his fighters, and Devontae Davis do 200,000 pay-per-views, and that's what Crawford did. Then guess what? Crawford a star too, right?
Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, and what difference do it make how much they getting paid, man? Don't you want to see the fight? Why you worried about the man pockets?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but $3.5 million is his minimum.
Right.
That's his minimum during the COVID. He is paid.
Tank got guaranteed $1 million. Yeah,
Facts.
Tank got he got $1 million guaranteed, man. Then he get the upside. I mean, what difference do it make, man?
5 former champions or champions ducking Crawford. That's absolutely what we're saying. Facts. Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. Danny Garcia never responded to the fucking contract. What was that in 2018, if I'm not mistaken?
After the Canelo fight, when he fought, who was it? Billy Joe Saunders. Bud walked up to Danny and he whispered in his ear, but you could word it out. Go listen to what he told him.
Yeah, I saw that.
You don't let Spence do you like that. I should fuck you up. Now go listen to it.
I saw that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think they was in Miami or some shit.
Hey man, but you know what Crazy Bro don't understand is that it's not 5 former champions ducking Bud. What it is that the PBC fighters that are not allowed to fight Bud. He got to think about it. Why anybody in the PBC don't fight outside the PBC? I don't see y'all knocking down the Charlos, telling them to go ahead and go to the zone so they can fight that Canelo fight and get that fight. They cool with getting what they getting. Or Andre, you know what I'm saying? So everybody got to go to the PBC? No, PBC not allowed to fight nobody outside. Floyd just told you Tank ain't fight none of them. Every fighter, man. Come on, man. You got to stop through the bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Think for yourself, dog. Ain't nobody in the PBC fighting outside of the PBC. Look, Wilder fought Fury, but when he first fought him, he wasn't with Top Rank. They thought that was a cherry pick. The cherry pick went wrong. He got a draw, and then guess what? Fury said, "I'm gonna go sign with Top Rank." Now he's like, "Okay." See, they did that fight so Wilder could go ahead and build his resume so he can negotiate with Anthony Joshua. He needed more leverage. That's why he thought he could go ahead and pop Fury, get more leverage, and do it that way. That shit went wrong. It went south. He took a motherfucking tie, came back, then took a L. That's why he want to sit back in there, because that $100 million that they was gonna pay him, you know, he turned it down. Come on, man. Think for yourself, man. Real talk. Stop the bullshit, Slim. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Come on, man.
Crazy Bro said only fighter out there going after fighters is Andre. He popping up at press conferences and all. Maybe Crawford should pull a Clubber Lang. Charlo don't even want that smoke. Well, correct me if I'm wrong or not, fellas, but didn't Terrence Crawford go to Earl Spence's last fight and wasn't he reprimanded by the security? Couldn't even. And then when they asked dude about him, he said, "I don't even know why he had my fight. I wouldn't go to none of his fights. Or I want to go on my farm and roost chickens and ride cows and shit."
Exactly.
Like, come on, Crazy.
Exactly.
Bro. Come on, bro.
Exactly.
Like, we
exactly.
Like we don't know how to check
come on,
people's
bro.
energy.
What was that, Chris? My bad. What'd you say, bro?
I said these people act like we don't know how to check people's energy, like in these videos, like
Right.
you know what I mean? Like Spence's energy, Sean Porter's energy, Danny Garcia energy be off when they bring up Terrence Crawford.
No doubt.
They don't like to bring him up. That's why they erase him off of the rankings when they talked about all the champions before they fights and stuff like that. They try to erase him out. They try to do the Lomachenko to Bud.
Have y'all
Right.
though? Now we all know. I'm pretty sure we all can agree. We all don't like Bob Arum, right? But isn't it funny how this whole narrative is? Oh, Bob Arum is so hard to work with. He only want to do this and that. But correct me if I'm wrong or not, fellas. How many times did Manny Pacquiao fight Juan Manuel Marquez? 4 times, right?
Didn't he fight him
that's
like
4.
fucking 5 times or something?
Wasn't Marquez with Golden Boy?
Yeah.
Okay. And who was Manny Pacquiao with?
Top rank at that time.
I rest my case. So he can make all these other fights with every other promotional company, but whenever it comes to the PBC, he's just so fucking hard to work with when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford. Y'all see where I'm coming now?
No question.
All right,
no question.
All right. So
No
that's
question.
what that crazy, bro. That's
because I got a theory on why that is. That's because when Floyd and Al Heyman created that company, it was with the means of putting Bob Arum out of business. Taking all his money, taking all his belts. That's the strategy.
No question.
That's being employed.
You're right.
That's why I believe that Top Rank, and like you were alluding to Bob Arum being a bad dude, I believe that Bob Arum can be a bad dude, but I also believe that he's the smart dude. I believe that he's smarter because lawyer-wise, like what he just did with this Tyson Fury shit.
Oh yeah, this is a cold move.
Trying to win.
This is a cold move.
that was some bullshit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bob Arum is trying to win in the end. Like, bro, y'all can't fuck with me. I've been doing this shit for years, and I'm telling the hard truth, and I'm having fun with this shit. That's how I feel like Bob Arum living his best life right now.
Wait a minute, Crazy Bro said no. Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao people said Crawford is hard to work with. If I'm not mistaken, right? Bob Arum said it with his own words, bro. Y'all tripping. Bob Arum also said, Crazy Bro, that he was no longer handling Terrence Crawford's business. But why every time we see this motherfucker, he keep bringing up his next few fights? I thought he was done with Terrence. I thought he was sending him to Todd the Buff. I mean, didn't he come out? Do I have to play that video? He said he was done with Terrence Crawford and all of his business because you're right. He was too hard to work with. Then why in the flying fuck do he keep talking about who Terrence is facing next? Oh, he can't sell. He can't do it. I thought you weren't talking about Bud. I thought you wanted to go build these matches in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. Bob be saying some wild shit sometimes.
Bob be lying. He be lying, but I'm telling you, he also powerful. You know what I mean? In his own right. And I think that he got a one up, and Bud might have knowledge of it, and that might be why he signed with Top.
He said he raping Crawford. If being raped is getting $4 to $5 million to fight on regular TV against trash opponents that y'all love to call them crazy,
tell us another $1.5 million a fight, just guaranteed, not pay-per-view, guaranteed.
Please sign me up. Brian, am I tripping? Sign me up.
Nah, my problem with my man right here, Crazy Bro, right? Why are you worried about what was going on with Crawford and his business finances, man? And worried about what the fight is. If he getting raped, man, that's on him. If he getting shortchanged on money, that's on him. The man want to step in the ring, Slim. He want to step in the ring and fight Earl. Why is it everything behind the scenes about, man, oh, man, he doing that. He done it. What Bob said, it's convenient for y'all to say what Bob said when it fits your narrative. That's what it is, man. Come on, man, with this bullshit, man.
He said Bob Arum said what he said, but y'all was just glorifying Bob Arum, bro. Now Bob Arum, what? Nobody's on here glorifying
Bob Arum, man.
All I'm saying is the man has made fights with other promotional companies. That's not glorifying him. That's just simply stating the fact. That's a fact. Manny fought 4 times.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, how is that glorifying him? We just simply stating he knows the business and he's been in the business the longest, and he's made deals with other promotional companies. That's not glorifying him.
Hey, he
I think
must
he's
have
just
missed.
trolling. I think he's trolling. That's cool.
Yeah,
He
he
don't want
probably
to hit the
trolling.
link.
I think he mad because
Yeah,
I
he
said
probably
it bother
trolling.
him telling
Okay.
the truth sometimes.
Hey, I'm gonna drop that link one more time, bro, so you can come on and explain yourself.
Hey, for me, let me tell you something. I don't fuck with Bob Arum, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, none of them. At the end of the day, man, I want to see the fight. I don't care about none of their finances, man. It don't matter to me. I just want to see the fight. I want to see the best fight the best, Slim. I don't care nothing about none of these promotional companies, man. They ain't putting nothing in my damn pocket. Not at all, man. They ain't putting nothing in my damn pocket. What I'm rooting for them for? You know what I'm saying? Come on with that bullshit, man. You want to see the fight? You should be talking about what we talking about, man. We want to see the fight. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, it seems like Earl
damn.
Spence fans like crazy, bro, don't want to see the fight. They just want to continue to put barriers and fences and streets and crossing signs in between the fight from happening. I just don't understand. Why are y'all so afraid of a dude that ain't fought nobody? I just don't understand it. You should be advocating for your guy to get in the ring and say and prove when he said, "Oh, you too light in the ass. I'ma crush you."
Yeah.
But instead, y'all want to talk about purse splits and pay-per-view sales and why Bud ain't left. Like, that's besides the fucking point.
Earl got more money. He the A-side. Man, that's some bitch shit, man. Who gives a fuck? I don't care about what Earl got more money or the A-side. Who cares? I don't care how much this split is, dog.
David John said, crazy bro, gotta be trolling. Facts. Shout out to my boy David John in the building, man. I see you.
No doubt. No doubt.
I ain't calling in so y'all can trip it. Hey, man, ain't nobody gonna trip it to you. Hey, man. If you I know you listen, you've been subbed to me for a minute, bro. I'm gonna let you state your point. I ain't gonna kick you off. I ain't gonna cuss you out. You understand? I'm gonna be respectful. You know, I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say. Then we gonna say what we gotta say. We can agree to disagree. I'm just giving you the floor. You know, the floor is yours. You say what you gotta say.
I like crazy, bro.
Spence ain't fought nobody. No, we're not saying that. We're saying that y'all say Terrence Crawford ain't fought nobody. That's what I'm saying. But see, if you would have got clicked on that link, you understand what I'm saying, to get on this live stream, you would have heard this. God damn, crazy. He said, how much chasing does a man have to do to get a fight?
Right. That's why he said he ain't asking for it no more, man. That's why he said, yeah, a man would be like that, man. Look, I ain't gonna keep chasing man for a fight. I'm gonna do what I do. Simple as that.
Already said after Pacquiao fight, if he wins, he's going after Crawford. Let's wait and see what happens, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
He also said that if he can't get the Crawford fight, he'll move up to 154. Sounds like a built-in excuse to me.
Yeah.
What you talk about that, Kush?
I mean, I don't really with Spence and this whole moving up situation. I know he's gonna move up and he's gonna drop the belts, and they gonna cover him for it. They gonna still call him undisputed, like what Keith Thurman was saying in his last interview. He was saying that he been waiting his whole career for this to happen. This 3-belt championship to come together. Like the WBO don't mean nothing. So I believe that's what they gonna do. They gonna try to act as if, we in the 70s or the 80s. They gonna act like it's only 3 belts, and then he gonna drop them.
You keep trying to use that shit. I'm talking about when he went to Japan.
He for sure coming at top with that 80-20 bullshit for sure. He gonna act like he mean that.
Oh yeah, if he come out here and beat Manny Pacquiao and they do like
let them do
600 to 800 pay-per-views.
buys.
He gonna be talking about some 70-30, 80-20 shit for real.
He gonna mean it.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
And that's the part that I feel like. I was talking about it with my boy Easy Work Boxing.
Shout out to Easy Work Boxing, man. Make sure y'all go sub to his channel.
I feel like that's gonna make it to where it's a gap that Bud is not gonna even try to close, because this fool just sat up here and just stole his fight. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I walk away too, bro. I wouldn't. That's why at this point, as a Bud fan, I'm where I'm at. Like, bro, do what the fuck you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you do, I just want to see you whoop motherfucker ass. And if you get to some of these motherfuckers, then even better. Then That's what I really want to see. That's what you see what I'm saying, getting the popcorn ready for. If he get to any one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I feel the same way.
I feel
Do
like
what you do.
he gonna get to somebody and it's gonna be bad. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, whoever he fight next, man, they going to mattress firm. I'm calling.
That's why this
to
whole top ranked fiesta shit, this whole contract. I think October need to hurry up and get here. I'm tired of this shit.
So let me ask y'all this: if he don't fight before October, right, and his contract expires, can he just go without fighting, or is he still owed a one, or does he still owe Bob Arum one more fight? How does that work in boxing? I don't know.
Hey, I don't know either, man. The thing about it is, like you said earlier, Bob Arum a lawyer, man. So, I mean, who knows how that contract is stated? Who knows? I mean, if he needed a certain amount of fights, by October, maybe he got a certain amount of fights he need to hit, and then if he hit them, maybe it's over in October. Maybe that's why he ain't fight but 1 year last year, and he ain't fought so far this year.
Right.
So
what I don't like
who knows?
What I don't like is that a feeling inside me says that if Bud leaves Top Rank, he'll never be undisputed. He gonna actually drop the belt and go.
Oh, so y'all, so you thinking so? Kush, wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm hearing you. So you think if Bud leaves, Bob is basically gonna say you can't take this belt with you because the WBO is basically a top ranked belt,
and
right?
Bud not gonna lose. So I believe he's gonna drop it.
I don't know about that though. I don't know. What does he get by dropping the belt though?
He get to leave without losing his O, and he get to get out of that contract. You see what I'm saying? Because I believe I believe what they say about that WBO belt being Bob's belt. I actually believe that.
Yeah, but if he do leave and drop the belt, then he's still not gonna be undisputed.
I know. That's why I believe if he leaves,
he's
not gonna ever be undisputed because he's going for the bread and he's going for them fights.
Damn, so it sounds like he boxed in,
I believe that Top Rank is about the legacy. PBC is about the bread. PBC is about the money. When you leave Top Rank, that's what these fools said. Bud need to leave Top Rank. All these fighters left Top Rank. Yeah, the ones that went for the fucking money. Manny won his money. De La Hoya won his money. He wanted to start his own shit. Floyd won his money.
Yeah,
you can't just
but they say everybody.
If you just anyone though, you gotta be somebody in boxing.
Everybody's saying that Top Rank is screwing Bud. The only way to me, the Top Rank screwing Bud is the shit that Bob Arum say out his mouth about Bud.
Very
other than
Top
that,
Rank
man,
is just a startup company.
Top
Rank is where you go when you're starting up.
Other than that, man, when it comes to the titles, that's PBC fucking Bud over because they won't fuck with nobody. So unless they try and monopolize, unless you with PBC, you won't get those belts. And that's the only division where I ain't gonna say the only because they doing 154 like that as well. You know what I'm saying? He'll throw a little bone at you, somebody on the lower ranks, but he ain't gonna throw no big fish. He ain't gonna throw no big fish out there. Plain and simple, unless you sign with them. They monopolizing the situation. That's plain and simple. But the other fighters don't get it. Well, they can't do shit about it because, like I say, the Charlos can't do shit. Tank ain't gonna do shit about it. They fucking their careers up. The welterweights is cool. 154, cool. But they can't get that big fight. They can't get that Canelo fight over there.
But
they
you know
can't
what,
get
though?
they can't do that shit.
Though? They getting
consistent
fights. They getting fights. The welterweights.
Everybody get fights. Yeah, everybody get fights.
But the Charlos is fighting more frequently than Sean Porter, than Keith Thurman, than
not really.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Didn't the Charlos fight right before Halloween last year, and then both of them about to fight right now?
Yeah, one just fought Montiel, and then Charlo, he about to fight this weekend.
Yeah, but all right, think about it. Okay, so after this fight, do you think they're gonna fight again this year?
Not this year, but they're gonna get another fight. They're gonna get another fight in 6 months. Sean Porter.
What I'm saying is not this year, but that's what I'm saying, Kush. That's once a year. Charlos fought once a year this year. They fight once a year last year. They
I
don't.
feel like the
Everybody get one a
Charlos,
year.
I
It,
feel like they in a better position. They getting pushed.
but they getting pushed. Are
I
they
don't like the
getting that fight
Charlos.
though? Yeah, but I mean, are they getting that fight? Just like you say, they
No,
getting pushed.
I
Like
don't think that. I don't think that a lot of
They not
fighters
getting
is
that
getting it.
Canelo fight.
But I also
I'm
think
talking about the
that
Canelo fight, the big fight,
what a
the fight.
no,
That's
I'm
what I'm
not saying.
saying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that's the big Charlo that's actually holding up the Canelo fight. He ducked.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think none of them ducking. They not allowed to. They not allowed. That's what I'm saying. You got to think about it. All the guys on the PBC, where is the big fight at? Is Tank gonna get the big fight? No, because he not allowed. Floyd just told you. The Charlos, are they gonna get the big fight? Nope. They not allowed. Those guys are not allowed, man, to go across the street, as they call it, in the other promotional companies because they not allowed. Al
Yeah,
Heyman is
true.
trying to monopolize it, man. Think about that, man. Don't none of these guys are going to fight. The welterweights get to talk shit because most of them are in the same side. That's why. Think about this, man. Danny make 1.5 of his biggest payday. When Aaron offered him $3 million, he was like, man, send that shit to Al Heyman, man. I don't know why you sent it to us. You know, then Sean Porter, $2 million was his biggest payday. He was like, man, if you even start with $2 million, man, that's an insult. Like, nigga, what? $2 million, your biggest payday. If I start at your biggest payday, that's an insult. You know, Keith Thurman got what? $2 million guaranteed to fight Pacquiao.
Yep.
So, you gonna offer Crawford what? $10 million? Oh man, you gotta fight. You gotta give me $10 million to fight you.
Right.
Come on, man. That shit is to make themselves look good. Pacquiao want $40 million to fight Crawford. Let me see if he get $40 million to fight Earl.
I'm dying to know. And I just want to say this. I don't think Undisputed gonna happen, Brian, because like I said earlier, Spence already said after this fight, he said he got 2 fights left in the welterweight division. Manny Pacquiao and he said Crawford, right? So this just lets me know if fucking Ugas still got that WBA strap. So even if he face Bud and he get that belt, he still ain't undisputed. Because you got to go get one more belt because the WBA not giving that belt back to Manny.
Thriller, what he gonna do is, I'm gonna tell y'all what he about to do. He gonna change up what he said. Just like he did when he said he was gonna fight Ugas and did the little handshake on Twitter.
Right.
Then when he got on camera and they asked him, so what made you choose Pacquiao? Did you already know you was gonna choose Pacquiao? Was you trying to go at him? Or did it just come spur of the moment and he made some shit up? You see what I'm saying? He's gonna change up what he said. He's gonna be like, well, I wasn't gonna fight Ugas, but they didn't give Manny Pacquiao the belt back, so now I'm fighting Ugas. Bet that's what he say.
Yeah. And then he's gonna leave to go 154 because he said he ain't got but 2 fights left.
Is gonna cover it for him.
Yeah, so I think us and fight fans just need to stop talking about Undisputed. As long as Earl got the majority of the belts, I don't see it happening.
Oh, no question. No question. They're not giving it up, man. They're not giving it up. The only thing he can do is go on over there and go fight for PBC. It's sad like that, man, but that's the only thing he can do. That's the only thing he can do if he want to be undisputed.
What if he go over there and then he see that Spence is still in the best interest of Al Heyman to protect Spence?
Well, they don't really, they don't do that. They don't do that because see, Bud are becoming stars. As long as you with them and they make the money off of them, it's all good. They'll let them fight. They're not fixing no fights. If Earl is the star and they know Big Earl and Bud is gonna make that money, best man win. Because if Bud make that money and he beat Earl, then Bud is the star. You see what I'm saying? So it don't make no difference. They're about cash over there, man. PBC is about that dollar, man. They ain't tripping about no fights. They got a budget, and it's a low budget. That's why everybody on pay-per-view, because they budget is low. They budget low, so they put everybody on pay-per-view. They pay them $1 million and say, okay, you gonna get kicked on the back end. You know, Devontae Davis he made $1 million guarantee. And then he got, what, 2, 3, 4 million, whatever it was on the back end, of the pay-per-view. That's why everybody on pay-per-view. See, $200,000 is pay-per-view gold to them when you giving tank $1 million and you giving Mario Barrios 500,000. Come on, man. Crawford make $3.5 million just off the start. So that's the difference. It's what they pay them. It's what they pay him. That's minimum. That's what they pay. That's what they pay straight up. You know, that's why Keith Thurman got only $2 million. That's why Danny Garcia got $1.5 million. Did y'all know that Danny Garcia was the A-side against Sean Porter?
Yeah, he should have been. He was the biggest star at the time.
Yeah. Sean Porter running around acting like, $2 million is an insult to me.
Man, Sean Porter don't really want to fight.
Sean Porter
don't really want to fight, man.
When you lose, your stock go down in boxing.
Yeah.
And not to mention, he didn't have a WBC strap no more.
Yeah.
You lost.
Yeah.
So how the fuck does your stock go up?
Sean Porter daddy not letting them fight for that little bit
right.
of money.
I think his dumb ass trying to position himself to get another rematch with Earl, but little do he know Earl ain't about to fight him again.
Once
he get this dub against Pac, he gonna move up and go to 154.
What's Al Heyman gonna do to Sean Porter when he take a fourth knockout loss to Bud? He ain't getting no more fights.
Sean Porter is already transitioning over to this YouTube field. Anyway, yeah. Let me see. Pay-per-view for PBC main purpose was to supplement purse expenses caught during pandemic with no gate. Okay. Shout out to my boy Euro Thomas. Good point. He said, "Do y'all think Spence will fight Boots?" Hell no.
Can I say something? E3, I'm sorry, man.
No, go ahead.
Can I say something? That last comment you said is the supplement, right? You know, you're talking about supplementing during the pandemic.
I'll be right back, y'all. Go ahead. I'm about to get some food. Go ahead.
Okay, so if that's true, then when was the last PBC fight on Showtime or Fox for the big boys? The pay-per-view, I mean, Areola and them is not pay-per-view worthy, man. That's not supplementing, man. That's what they do now. That's what they do. All the lower tier people might be on Showtime. Fox ain't came out with nothing. That's been going on for a couple of years now. That's not a supplement. That's just straight up. That's what they do.
I got a sidebar question. See if y'all can answer this one. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, did not anyway come over here across the water and fight in MGM Grand 2 times?
Yeah.
And I seen other top-ranked fighters fighting in MGM Grand. Why I'm hearing that the PBC can't get fights in the MGM Grand and they got to venture out to these other stadiums? I think ESPN got the contract with MGM Grand. Is that y'all don't see it? Have y'all not noticed that?
Well, they got a bigger budget, and like you say, the personal contracts might be the situation too, because a lot of what PBC do, they normally do with the Barclays. And that be normally that's normally where they normally go. So it's just like relationships. That's my thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like relationships.
Again, with the just not only the networks, and that's why when they go to venturing out and being independent, I don't think you have the access to the networks. When you independent, you still gonna have to reach for a fight. Like Mikey Garcia, his last big fight was with Spence. And that's why it was a Fox PBC promotion, because he was fighting on his network. Well, Mikey can't really get a fight like that.
Well, he can't get a fight like that because, like you say, he's independent.
Regis next, though. Regis program.
Yeah. They talking about that. But Mikey did get a fight against what was his name, man? He got $7 million for man, it escapes me right now. Who?
Talking about Vargas?
Yeah.
Vargas?
Yeah, was it Vargas? Was that the one with Vargas?
I believe so. Let me look it up. I think it was Vargas, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm gonna look it up for y'all.
Not Samuel Vargas. Not Samuel Vargas. It's another guy. It's another Latino guy that he fought. He got $7 million for that. And that was on the zone. That was on the zone. Mm-hmm. But that's the independence you talking about. That's the independence you talking about. But they can't get no fights because of their budgets like that, man. That's why these fights ain't been coming down. The pandemic it came down, but has Fox even released a schedule? We in July, man.
They released
We in
something
July.
this year.
Fox?
Oh no, not Fox. There was Showtime. You're right.
That was Showtime.
You're right.
Showtime released a schedule, but where's Fox? Because that's PBC.
Yeah, his last fight was against Jesse Vargas on February 29th, 2020.
Yes. He got $7 million for that.
With Fox coming to an end at the end of this year.
That's what I'm saying.
I heard.
They don't have no schedule. It's July. It's July.
They still don't.
It's July. They ain't had no fights, man. And that's why those guys are stagnant out there, because they don't want to go back to Showtime. You talking about the the Keith Thurmans and Adrian Broners and all that, man. And well, shit, Broner did go to Showtime. He tanked.
Yeah, his last fight.
Hey, he tanked. That whole thing, man. Until they see the light, man, they need to stop with this, promotion shit, man. Don't nobody care about none of that, man. People being too much. That's the fan shit out of there. That's the fanboy part. You know what I mean? That's the fanboy part. Yeah, I'm rocking with the PBC and this, that, and the other. I don't give a damn about PBC. I don't give a damn about Top Rank, all of them, man. I don't care nothing about none of that.
I ain't cutting nothing.
We want to see the fights, man. Yeah, with the check, there ain't no checks coming in, man. All we doing is losing the fight.
That's just another obstacle in preventing the fights that we want to see. That's why I don't, cape for, those promotional companies.
No. They destroying boxing like that, man. Destroying boxing. And I hope Tank and them start waking up and start seeing, but he not, because I heard what he said to Eddie Hearn. So he not, man. It's like, look, man, Tank, 26, 27, 26 years old?
Getting up there, man. He getting up there. He ain't that young no more.
Dude, come on, man. You should be fighting the top fighters, man. Tank got the skills and he got the following where he can be a big star.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do it, dude, fight Mario Barrios and them, dog. You're not going to do it.
I agree.
Once you fight them T.O.s and Lomachinkos and all that, dog, that's how you do it. Don't be a star when you're 30, when you're 30, 31, 32, and then you got, come on, man.
It's almost like Floyd don't want him to surpass him, because in order for him to get to that level, you're going to have to match him up against T.O., Lomo, Devin Haney, Ryan.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? But until then, you keep these lesser opponents, ain't nobody going to pay to see that.
Yes. And shit, they up in age, man. They talk about Earl like he young, man. Earl 31 years old, about 32 coming around.
Right.
Come on, Deontay Wilder, 35?
Yeah, he old. He pretty old, 35, 36.
Man, why ain't take that $100 million, man?
Crazy.
Stop bullshitting. Well, come on, man. They talking about how much paid they are. They not paid like that, man. They lose money. They losing money.
The only good thing about PBC, they don't come out and throw their fighters under the bus. Like, for example, if Tank was with Top Rank and he did that 200,000, Bob Arum would have shitted on it. If that was Bob Arum in that situation, instead of praising him like Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd, he's the next pay-per-view star, he's this, he's the cash cow, Bob Arum would have been saying, I can't sell him. I could have bought houses in Beverly Hills, like the shit that he said about Bud. That's the only good thing about PBC.
Yeah, now you're right. I don't like how Bob say that shit out in the public. He can say it behind closed doors. Right. But another thing, though, I don't like that Leonard Ellerbe shit, man. Don't be trying to blow that smoke up my ass, man. Tank ain't no star. He ain't no star. Don't lie to me neither. You know what I mean? I ain't for all the lying, acting like Tank is this big star when you made 200,000 pay-per-view buys, dog. That ain't no big star, dog. Stop it.
That's what they do with Earl Spence, though. They say he sold 300, 200 and something. Those ain't no astronomical pay-per-view numbers. Yeah, he got better numbers than Buzz, but it's not by much. Like,
right. Exactly.
They all be lying in all actuality, but Bob have them times where he get bold and get to telling the hard truth and get the fucking shitting on people in public. Leonard Ellerbe, he just capped the whole time. Leonard Ellerbe is what I hate more. because Leonard Ellerby, he's fake, and he's trying to sabotage boxing directly.
I see what you're saying. You're basically saying at least you know where Bob Arum, like he gonna be 100% consistent.
Yeah, at
No
least
matter what, he gonna keep it real.
Bob is a bad dude, but at least Bob ain't fucking up boxing.
Man, look at your comment your man hit up, man. That's crazy, man.
Bob Arum was shit on his fighters unless they white. Oh wow.
Man, that's
Don't get
crazy.
me wrong, Bob shouldn't come out in public and shit on his fighters, but I think that's a part of him getting old and just becoming not giving a shit no more.
How many white fighters Bob got?
He don't have one. He don't have a great white hope.
Tyson Fury, shit. Tyson Fury is his only one. But my thing is, what I wanted to ask y'all, where's that same energy he had for Teofimo Lopez for getting COVID for Tyson Fury? Because he was saying, "Oh, that's just irresponsible, this and that and the third." But whenever Tyson Fury come out with the COVID shit, we can't get no interview. We can't get no sound bites. Ain't nobody seen Tyson Fury. Last we heard, he was going back to the UK. Like, what the fuck, Bob? Like, be consistent with that. Because you came out.
This time it was probably his idea, Thriller.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
His idea.
I see what you're saying. I got it.
Oh, I agree. I agree with Kush. It absolutely was. That's a joint. That is a joint. That was a joint move right there.
Gotcha.
Okay, because him and Al Heyman both on that same page with that shit. You know what I mean? Al just ain't gonna come out and say nothing. You seen the ticket sales on that damn fight?
They're not doing good, right?
Exactly. Why you think the COVID is out there, the COVID word out there now? Because the damn ticket sales ain't doing good. Ain't no tickets being sold like that. So they're gonna push it back down and say, "Oh, okay, well, we got to pull up something." You know, it's easy to go with COVID. That's why they're online with that shit. That's why Joseph Parker was at the damn Conor McGregor fight. Ain't no damn COVID.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he ain't got no damn COVID, man. Ain't nobody got no COVID, man.
I'm gonna jump in the comments, y'all. Take care of this baby.
Right, go ahead, man. Hey, Brian, man, I appreciate you for rocking with me, bro.
Hey, no doubt, man.
The greatest. I'm about to hop off, man. I'll be on tomorrow.
Hey, man, y'all go ahead and subscribe to E Thriller, man. You know, keep doing this work, man. E Thriller, man, I appreciate you. Let me spit a little bit, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
All right, no doubt. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I'm gone. Holla.
Peace.